GeoByte.
Hi students, welcome to the GeoByte Diploma series. In this video, we will discuss problems on Pelton wheel. Look at the first problem. A Pelton wheel is to be designed for the following specifications. Power developed is given 12,000 kilowatts, head available 360 meters, speed 700 rpm, overall efficiency 0.86, jet diameter is not to exceed 1/6 of the wheel diameter. You are asked to decide the wheel diameter, number of jets required, and the diameter of the jet. First, let me write the given data. Power given. Power means shaft power. Shaft power is equal to 12,000 kilowatts. Head available. Head at the inlet of the turbine is 360 meters. Speed n equal to 700 rpm. Overall efficiency equal to 0.86. Jet diameter is not to exceed 1/6 of the wheel diameter. Jet diameter small d equal to wheel diameter divided by 6. So that is the data. You are asked to find the first wheel diameter. You know, speed ratio, okay, it is given that CV 0.985 and speed ratio 0.45. First, let us find the jet velocity. Jet velocity V1 equal to CV into root 2GH. Coefficient of velocity 0.985 into 2 into G 9.81 into H. Head available at the head available is 360 meters. Head is 360 meters into 360. You simplify this value for getting around 82.78 meters per second. Then blade speed ratio. U by V1 given 0.45. From this, blade speed equal to 0.45 times the jet speed. It is equal to 0.45 times the jet speed is 82.78. Simplify this value for getting 37.82 meter per second. But blade speed U equal to pi dn by 60. 37.82 is equal to pi into d into n. The n value 700 rpm. 700 divided by 60. From this, diameter equal to 60 multiplied by 37.82 divided by pi into 700. Simplify this value for getting the wheel diameter 1.032 meters. Then it is given that the jet diameter is 1/6 of the wheel diameter. It is equal to 1.032 divided by 6 to get 0.172 meters. Then area of the each jet. Area of each jet. Area of the each jet A suffix j equal to pi by 4 into jet diameter square. Pi by 4 into 0.172 whole square. Simplify this value for getting 0.023 0.0232 meter square. Then discharge through the one jet. Discharge through one jet. Discharge through one jet small q equal to area of the jet multiplied by velocity of the jet. 0.0232 into V1 82.78. 82.78. Simplify this value for getting, I got 1.91 meter cube per second. That is the discharge through one jet. Then for finding the number of jets required, I should know the total discharge. The total discharge required to develop 12,000 kilowatts power. For that, overall efficiency equal to shaft power by water power. It is equal to shaft power by water power is WQH, where W equal to specific weight of water. From this, total discharge required. Total discharge required. Total discharge required. Capital Q equal to shaft power by W into H into overall efficiency. Shaft power is 12,000 kilowatts divided by W should be in kilonewton per meter cube. W equal to 9810 Newton per meter cube is equal to 9.81 kilonewton per meter cube. Since the power is in kilowatts, W should be in kilonewton per meter cube. H is 360 multiplied by overall efficiency 86%, that is 0.86. So simplify this for getting 3.95 meter cube per second. Therefore, number of jets required. Number of jets required, N equal to total discharge required divided by discharge through one jet. Discharge through one jet. Total discharge required is 3.95 95. Discharge through one jet. Discharge through one jet is 1.91 meter cube per second. 1.91. Simplify this value for getting 2.06. So number of nozzles required are 0.6 can be ignored. Number of jets required are approximately 2. Say 2 number of nozzles. That is the answer. I hope you got the answer. Let us go for another problem. Look at the second problem. A Pelton wheel operates under a head of 150 meters. Given data, the head available h equal to 150 meters, comma, jet diameter small d equal to 50 mm, speed ratio u by v, u by v1 is given 0.45. Jet is deflected through an angle, jet deflection angle. Jet deflection angle equal to 160 degrees. Neglecting the friction, that means friction factor K equal to 1. It means VR2 equal to K VR1. Since K equal to 1, I can write that VR2 equal to VR1. VR2 equal to VR1. Neglecting the friction, other losses, estimate the power output and efficiency. Power output equal to how much? And efficiency. Efficiency eta is how much? Now first let us find the V1. Jet velocity equal to CV into root 2gh. CV is given 0.97 into root 2 into g 9.81 into h. Head available at inlet of turbine 150 meters. This is not 15, 150 meters. Okay, into 150. Simplify this value for getting the V1, 52.62 meters per second. Then blade speed ratio u by V1 is equal to 0.45. From this, blade speed equal to 0.45 into V1. U equal to 0.45 into V1, 52.62. Simplify this value for getting 24.4 meters per second. Next, since the diameter of the jet is given, you can find the discharge. Discharge through one jet. Discharge through one jet, small q equal to pi by 4 into d square into V1. It is equal to pi by 4 into jet diameter. Jet diameter is 0.05 meter whole square into V1. V1 equal to 52.62. Simplify this value for getting the discharge through one jet. 0.103 meter cube per second. That is the discharge through one jet. Now let us construct the velocity triangles. Velocity triangles. The jet is entering horizontally. This may be the blade or bucket. This is the bucket. The jet is entering horizontally like this. A to B be the jet velocity. This jet velocity V1 equal to VW1. And AC be the blade speed U. And BC be the relative velocity VR1. That relative velocity VR1 equal to V1 minus U. Here V1 I got is 52.62 minus U value 24.4. Simplify this value for getting the VR1. Take minute. I got 28.22 meters per second. Then VR2 equal to VR1 only 28.22 meters per second. The jet is leaving from the blade with a velocity V2 at an angle beta, developing two component of velocities, vertical component of velocity and this is the horizontal component of velocity. This is the blade speed at outlet U. This is the relative velocity at outlet VR2 and this is the phi. You know jet is deflecting at an angle 160 degrees. Then what about this angle? This angle equal 20 degrees. Since opposite angles are equal, phi also equal to 20 degrees. So indirectly blade exit angle phi equal to 180 minus water deflection angle is equal to 20 degrees. Now you know VR2 and U, phi also known, you can find the VW2. Cos phi equal to U plus VW2 divided by VR2. From this VW2 equal to VR2 cos phi minus U. So VW2 equal to VR1 28.22 cos 20 degrees minus U 24.4. Simplify this value for getting the VW2. I got 2.118 meters per second. Then power P equal to power output. Power means here runner power. runner power Rp equal to mass flow rate of the water into VW1 plus VW2 into U. Mass flow rate of the water equal to rho into Q. Rho 1000, Q you got, how much discharge you got? 0.103. 0.103. Simplify this value. For getting 103 kg per second, it is 103 multiplied by VW1 equal to V1 only. VW1 equal to V1, that V1 is 52.62 plus VW2 2.118 multiplied by blade speed 24.4. Simplify this value. I got 137567.85 watts. It is equal to 137.567 kilowatts. Similarly, efficiency, hydraulic efficiency equal to 2U into VW1 plus VW2 divided by V1 square into 100. 2U, U is 24.4, VW1 is 52.62 plus VW2 2.118 divided by V1 square. V1 equal to VW1 only. 52.62 whole square into 100. Simplify this value. Let us simplify the value. I got 0.964 into 100. It is equal to 96.4%. That is how the problem can be solved. Let us take one more problem. Look at the next problem. The net head on the Pelton wheel is 50 meters and the discharge is 0.75 meter cube per second. The speed of the Pelton wheel is 15 meter per second if the jet is deflected through an angle of 160 degrees. Then you are asked to find the power produced and overall efficiency. Given that CV 0.985 and mechanical efficiency 0.9, you know overall efficiency equal to product of hydraulic efficiency and mechanical efficiency. Let us write the given data. Given data, head available equal to 50 meters. Discharge Q equal to 0.75 meter cube per second. Blade speed U equal to 1 minute. The net head is 50 meters. Discharge 0.75 meter cube per second and the blade speed is 15 meters per second. Jet deflection angle is given 160 degrees. Therefore, blade exit angle phi equal to 180 degrees minus 160 is equal to 20 degrees. Okay. So now first we need here V1 equal to CV into root 2GH. CV 0.985 into root 2 into G 9.881 into H is 50. Simplify this value for getting 30.85 meter per second. From the previous diagram, I can say that this part already we discussed. VW1 equal to V1 is equal to 30.85 meters per second. Then VR1 is equal to V1 minus U. 30.85 minus 15 equal to 15.85 meters per second. This part I have taken from the previous problem. Otherwise, let us go back to this one. Look at the diagram. VR1 equal to what? This VR1 equal to V1 minus U only. And here VR2 equal to VR1, since the K is not given. Then let us find the VW2. So from this VW2 equal to what? VR2 cos phi minus U. VW2 equal to VR2 cos phi minus U. VW2 equal to VR2 cos phi minus U. Here VR2 equal to VR1. VR2 equal to VR1 because friction is not given. Friction factor is not given. So VR1 15.85 cos 20 degrees minus U 15. Let us simplify the value. (15.85) into cos 20 minus 15. Oh, here I got minus 0.105 meters per second. That is the VW2. Once again, let us calculate 15.85 into cos 60. Cos 20 into 15. Yes, correct only. This is the negative. Then runner power RP equal to mass flow rate of the water into VW1 plus or minus VW2 into U. Remember, for this case here it is VW1 minus VW2 because VW2 value is negative. Otherwise you can also take like this, m dot W into VW1 plus VW2 only. The VW2 value itself is negative. Mass flow rate equal to density multiplied by discharge. Density need not be given, 1000. How much discharge given? 0.75 into 0.75. It is equal to 750 kg per second. It is equal to 750 into VW1 30.85 minus VW2 0.105 into U. U is 15. Simplify this value. I got 345.88 directly. Actually the original value is 345.881.25 watts. It is equal to 345.881 kilowatts. That is the runner power. Then hydraulic efficiency. 2U into VW1 plus VW2 by V1 square. 2 into U 15, VW1 30.85 minus 0.105 divided by V1 square. Here V1 and VW1 both are equal. VW1 is 30.85. 30.85 whole square into 100. Simplify the value. Here I got 96.91%. 96.91%. Then overall efficiency. Overall efficiency equal to product of hydraulic efficiency and mechanical efficiency. Hydraulic efficiency 0.9691. Mechanical efficiency given, let us see it. Mechanical efficiency 0.9 multiply with 0.9. The answer is into 100. I got the answer 87.22%. I hope all of you understood. Please go through these problems. Please go through these problems at least 2 times. You try to put on the paper whatever you listen in this video. These problems are very important. I am concluding this video at this level. In the very next video, I will discuss some more important problems. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe our GeoByte channel for getting more information for both mechanical and civil students at the diploma level. Thank you for listening the video. Thank you.
GeoByte.